So after watching the Masters last week, I saw an interview with Scottie Scheffler where he was talking about his golf swing and the couple of changes that he made in his golf swing specifically that transformed how he was playing. Now, this isn't necessarily something that he was doing recently, but it's something that he's done over a period of time. It was just great advice, something that you can definitely try in your game. He's the best player in the world at the moment, hands down. So let's get into it and see what it was that he was talking about. So like I was saying, watching the Masters, great tournament. Scottie Scheffler was just unbelievable. And I saw something afterwards where he was talking on camera, talking about his golf swing, something that he'd been working on previously and something that really changed how he was playing and made him much more consistent. Ultimately, that's what we all want. We all want to become more consistent. We just want to be better golfers. Now, I'm not saying that you're going to make this change or start doing this practice drill and you're going to become Scottie Scheffler. What I'm saying is that this just might improve your game a little bit, and that's a good thing. Now, what he was talking about was the positions in his swing and something that he was struggling with, or at least something that would be a consistent fault that caused him problems in his game. And it was just where the club was pointing at the top of his backswing. Now, the issue is that as soon as you get to the top of your backswing, any golfer, as we swing back and you start to lose sight of where the club is in your eye line, sometimes it can be very difficult to know where that club is. And I know when I'm working with clients and you video swings and you show them back, it looks nothing like what they thought it did, and I know that's what it's like for me as well. So I'm talking about, you could be thinking about length of swing, you think that you swing it short and it's long, or it's long and it's short, or whatever's going on. But the issue that Scottie Scheffler had in his swing was where the club was pointing at the top of his swing and the issues that was causing in his game. So he said that where he was getting to was to stand there, swing, and his tendency would be to get across here, so laying the club on, getting the club at the top of the backswing, pointing to the right of the target. Now, if you're an individual that does that, you could end up with a high right elbow, and tendencies generally mean from there, that is where the ball tends to go. At the top of your swing, if that's where it's pointing, like the club's pointing in that direction, that could be where the ball goes. So from here, if you're getting a high right elbow in that position, chuck the club down, the club face gets open, you're hitting down on the ball too much and it's going to be inconsistent. But then how do you control where that club is and what you do? Now, he was using something very similar to what I've got on my club here. So this is the Total Golf Trainer, and this is something that I would use with clients. So simply, that goes in the top of the club with a big bright ball on the top so that you can see where it is. He had a sort of almost looked like a shaft over the top of the grip there sticking out, but something very similar. Now, you might not have one of these or what he had, simply a T-peg in the end of your club, but will work. I've got this in here because it's a nice visual thing for you as you're watching there. So it's to stand there and swing and check your position. So he said that he was looking for at this point in his swing, that he wants the club going back, and then this trainer, this ball pointing in the direction that you want the ball to go there. And particularly the important one was to get to the top of your backswing and make sure that this was pointing directly back that way, not pointing over in that direction. And that was his visual. So stand there, swing, get this position, make sure that that was pointing where he wanted it to go. That meant that the top of his backswing, his right elbow, was in a better position, and it was for him a much more consistent swing, and it would be. So to stand there, if you can get that position, if you can stand there, swing, get here, it's got to be a lot easier to bring the club down, get it on an inside path, and then be more consistent. And that's what we want. So simple training aid like this, or a T-peg in the top of your club as you're working on your backswing, checking those positions. Cameras are great. So put your camera there as you're practicing and video it, but check your positions and make sure that you've got something where you can say a visual reference of where the club is pointing, and that's going to get you into a much better position in the swing. And you can just work on it, do some freezes to stand there and say, all right, so I'll check there, check the top of my backswing, and you might even want to check this position as well to make sure that the club's always pointing in the right direction. But this one at the top of your backswing, when you lose that club out of your eye line, it could be an absolute game changer if you've got something coming out the back of your club pointing where you want it to go, so you've got a visual reference. Just slow it down, take some swings and try it. So it should look something like this. Now you can definitely, hit some shots, so you can stand there. I've got the object there, and think, right, that's where I want to be. It's like that. So that's a bit tricky to swing because that's quite a long way out, so a tee peg will probably work a lot better for you as you're practicing, but just a visual to make sure that you're checking the positions of your golf swing and then making it a lot more consistent and a lot better. But if you like that one and you want to know how Bryson DeChambeau really adds those yards and improves his driver, make sure that you check that video out.